Let's go next to 3:30 Eastern time on ESPN. It's the 4th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies traveling to Fayetteville to take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. And for the first time since 2013, this rivalry returns on campus, moving from that neutral site location there in Arlington to Reynolds Razorback Stadium. It's going to create an incredible atmosphere. And for A&M, this game represents a real road test, a possible trap game against a really desperate rival. Look, Mike Elko's amazing. Bobby Petrino is an offensive mastermind. If you look at what he did at Arkansas from 2008 to 2011, it was by far the best we've seen from Arkansas in the modern era of college football. He went 11-2 at one point, finished in the top 5 at one point, and he can coach offense. If you look at what he did at Louisville with Lamar Jackson, they are always going to make life very difficult for the opposing defense. So I love the matchup here between Bobby Petrino's brain offensively and Mike Elko's system defensively. Really cool coaching matchup in this one. Marcel Reed has been better this year. The completion percentage is not off the charts. He has fewer interceptions. I think he's made a lot of plays with his legs, and I've loved so far his contributions to the run game. However, he does miss some throws. That's where he's at. There is an off-target percentage of about 17+%. That's like 125th. He's a really, really talented young man, but there are misses. They're going to have misses in this game if Arkansas is going to potentially pull the outright upset. And Taylen Green on the other side, 6'6", 235, rare combination of size, top-end speed, acceleration, elusiveness. He's a true game breaker. He is the Arkansas offense. And if you look at his numbers, they are kind of showcasing the all-encompassing responsibility that he has to play at a high level to give his team a chance. Look, he's the team's leading rusher. He averaged over 7 yards a carry. He does have 5 interceptions, though. And he is a bit of a risk taker and will also miss some throws. And look at the matchup. Both offenses are very, very productive. However, they achieve their results in different ways. Arkansas is an explosive attack. They average over 500 a game. They have a 35-plus point per game average. That's top 30. Then A&M's offense, a little more methodical, a little more balanced, but also very effective as well. They're not going to have as many big plays created unless it's catch and run. But there is a significant difference on the defensive side of the ball. That's where the matchup's lopsided because Mike Elko's Aggies have a formidable defensive unit. They are outside of the Notre Dame game playing at a real high level. And really the first quarter of last week's game against Florida, they allowed less than 300 yards a game. In contrast, Arkansas's defense has been a huge liability. They're one of the worst in the FBS, giving up over 30 points per game and over 400 total yards per game. Both those rank worse than 116th in the country. Question 1. Will A&M's elite offensive line overpower Arkansas's porous defensive front? You have an experienced and powerful front that is the engine of the Aggie offense. Look, they allow a ground game that goes for nearly 200 a game. The Razorbacks run defense, they're giving up 184. So advantage Aggies in that matchup. Question 2, can A&M's wide receivers create problems for Arkansas secondary? Now, Arkansas's pass defense has been a problem for a little while now. They were one of the worst in the SEC last year. They continue to struggle this year. They're giving up over 250 a game. The vulnerability may be exploited by an A&M receiving core that has been so good this season. The addition of Casey Concepcion from NC State and Mario Craver from Mississippi State, man, they have provided Marcel Reed with a really dynamic group of weapons to rely on throughout the course of the game. Question 3, can Taylen Green avoid mistakes and take over the game? The game plan is going to definitely be designed to maximize Green's capabilities. That's what he is. It means a heavy dose of designed quarterback runs, a lot of run-pass options, moving the pocket to put stress on the A&M linebackers and secondary. Green needs to be the focal point of every single offensive snap. He needs to go for over 350. He needs to have at least 4 touchdowns for the Razorbacks to have a chance. However, with all that pressure, all that weight you're putting on his shoulders, you might see an interception or 2. He's thrown 5 this year. You might see a sack or 2. He's taken 11 this year. I think I'll take the points here. I think Arkansas can score. I just don't see how they're going to stop Texas A&M's offense. So in a game that I think has a chance to become a track meet, I'll take the Aggies. They're more balanced, but I fully expect Arkansas to make it interesting and to score points in their own backyard.